Hi students, good morning. Welcome back to online class. I'm very happy to meet you in this session through online. Are you fine students? I hope you all are fine and safe by the grace of God. Students, stay safe in your home. Okay students. In the previous class, we discussed about geography lesson 5 biosphere lesson, isn't it? In the beginning of this class, we can recollect few important points about previous class portion. Okay, students, previous class we have discussed about the meaning of biosphere, meaning of ecosystem, components of ecosystem, etc. These are the things we discussed in the previous class. Okay, first of all, we are going to recollect few important points about previous class portion. Okay, in the first, we learned about the meaning of biosphere. That means, what is the meaning of biosphere? Biosphere is the part of Earth's surface and atmosphere in which plants and animals can live, isn't it? Then, for example, in the Earth consists of four spheres, isn't it? What are the four spheres? Very good. Lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere, isn't it? From here, this biosphere is the fourth sphere of the earth. This layer is the life existing layer. Okay, this is the life existing layer. Okay, from here, we discussed about the meaning of ecosystem. That means the ecosystem is a community where all living organisms live and interact with one another. Okay, then next we discussed about the components of ecosystem, isn't it? Students, have you remember what are the three basic components of ecosystem? Very good. Abiotic components, biotic components, and energy components, isn't it? What is meant by abiotic components? Abiotic components include the non-living, inorganic, physical, and chemical factors, isn't it? What are the example of abiotic components? Land, air, water, etc. Isn't it? Then next we discussed about the biotic components, isn't it? What is biotic components? The biotic components includes plants, animals, microorganisms, etc. Isn't it? And also, these biotic components has three categories, isn't it? Have you remember students what are the three categories of biotic components? Very good. Producers, consumers, and decomposers, isn't it? Producers means self-nourishing components of the ecosystem. That means they are producing their own food themselves. Okay, themselves itself they are producing their own food, for example plants, algae, bacteria, etc., isn't it? Then the second one is consumers means that depends on the producers directly and indirectly. Then these consumers has three categories, isn't it? Have you remember students what are the three common category of consumers? Very good. Primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers, isn't it? Then the third category is the decomposers. Decomposers, that means some organism that are incapable of preparing its own food, isn't it? For example, fungus, mushrooms, etc. Okay, these all things we discussed in the previous class, and also I gave some question answers. Did you learn, students? I hope you learned that question answers. Day to day portion you have to learn. Okay. Okay, students. Now let us come forward to today's class. Okay. Today I am going to teach about the next components. That means the third components, energy components. There are three components, three basic components of ecosystem. The first one is abiotic components. Second one is the biotic components. In the previous class we discussed. Now we are going to discuss about the third basic components, that is the energy components. Okay. Now listen here. In the biosphere, all the organisms were use energy to work and convert one form of energy to another form of energy, isn't it? Listen very careful, students. In the biosphere, all the organisms were use the energy to work and convert one form of energy to another form of energy. For example, the sun, it is one of the source of energy, isn't it? From the sunlight, we are doing so many things. We are producing the electricity, etc., isn't it? So the sun is the source of energy for the biosphere as a whole. Okay, the solar energy gets transformed into other forms of energy through various components in the ecosystem. In the previous class, we discussed, isn't it? The solar energy and the other energies, they get transformed into other forms of energy. How they are transformed into another other forms of energy? Through some of the components, isn't it? What are they? Producers, consumers, decomposers. Okay, through these components, the solar energy are transformed into other forms of energy. Okay, so these producers, consumers, and decomposers contribute a lot to the energy flow in a ecosystem. Okay. From here, next we are going to discuss about the functions of an ecosystem. Okay, next we are going to discuss about the functions of the ecosystem. Students, just you see this picture. This is the food verb. Food verb, that means in Tamil we are saying unavu velai. Okay, now listen here. All the living organisms were form an interacting set of flora and fauna which are organized into tropic level food chains, food webs, etc. Isn't it? Now, listen here. The functioning of an ecosystem depends on the pattern of the energy flow. It helps in the distribution and the circulation of the organic and inorganic matter within an ecosystem. Okay, and also the energy take place in various levels. The energy take place in various levels. These levels are called trophic levels. That means that includes food web, food chain, etc. Okay. Now, what is meant by food chain? Food chain. Food chain means in Tamil we are saying unavu changli. Okay. What is meant by food chain? Now listen here. The chain of transformation of energy from one group of organisms to another group of organism through various trophic level is called a food chain. Listen very careful, students. What is food chain? The chain of transformation of energy from one group of organisms to another group of organism through various trophic level is called a food chain. Okay. Then what is meant by food verb? Food verb in Tamil word we are saying unavu valai, isn't it? What is meant by food verb? A system of interlocking and interdependent food chain is called a food web. What is meant by food chain? The chain of transformation of energy from one group of organisms to another group of organisms through various trophic level is called food chain. What is meant by food webs? A system of interlocking and interdependent food chain is called the food webs. Okay. Then finally, we are going to learn about the biodiversity. Okay, finally, we are going to discuss about the biodiversity. Okay, now listen here. Biodiversity or biological diversity. It is refers to a wide variety of living organism. Okay, biodiversity or biological diversity is refers to a wide variety of living organism. That means a wide variety of living organism means it includes animals, plants, microorganism, etc. Okay, where which are the things are living, all the habitat were called the biodiversity. That means the biological diversity or biodiversity refers to a wide variety of living organism which live in a habitat. Okay, now mostly influenced by the topography and the climate as well as the human activities. Okay, the biodiversity mostly it influenced by the topography areas and the climate as well as the human activities also. Okay, then it represents the strength of the biological resources of a place on earth. That means that in biodiversity, each species, big or small, okay, each species has an important role to play in the ecosystem. And also, it maintains the ecological balance and facilitates social benefits. For example, tourism, education, research, etc. Okay, then the last topic is the loss of biodiversity. The last topic is the loss of biodiversity. Okay, now listen here. The extinctions of species means like flora and fauna due to human and natural influence is called the loss of biodiversity. That means because of deforestation through the human activities. Nowadays, most of the forest area, agricultural field, these all things were converted into some of the industrial area and ponds, lakes, etc. Isn't it? So, because of that, we are losing the biodiversity. Okay, biodiversity. It is this biosphere is very very important, isn't it? Because life existing sphere is the biosphere, isn't it? So, a healthy ecosystem provides clean water, pure water, fertile soil, food, raw materials, medicines, etc. Isn't it? So, we should conserve the biosphere. Okay, we should conserve the biosphere. Okay, okay, students, that's all this lesson. 5.1 and 5.2 only. uh, we have this lesson. Remaining topics, that means 5.3 and 5.4, these topics were reduced syllabus. Okay, reduced syllabus. So I completed this lesson. The next class, we have to learn the new lesson. Okay, the new lesson. Okay, okay, students, now Allah take your book and mark the question answers. Okay, Allah take your book, page number 207. Okay, page number 207, exercise page. Roman number 1, choose the correct answer. Roman number 1, choose the correct answer. The first question, the coldest biome on earth is A option. Okay, Dundra. A option. Answer is A option. Next, the second one, this is the smallest unit of biosphere. Answer is A option, ecosystems. Number 3, nutrients are recycled in the atmosphere with the help of certain microorganisms, referred to D option, none of the above. Answer is D option. Number 4, to which climatic conditions are the xerophytic plants specifically adapted to? Answer is A option, saline and sandy. A option, saline and sandy. Okay. Next, number 8. Why is the usage of rainforest biomes for large scale agriculture unsustainable? Okay, that answer is D. D option, because the soil is poor. Because the soil is poor. Okay. Then question 6 to 8 are assessment question. Okay, assessment type of question. From here, number 6. Okay, number 6. Um, or that means they depend on autotrophs for their nutrishment, nourishment. From there you write A. Okay, from there you write A. Then number 7, R, to manage and focus on conversation work more effectively, researchers identified hotspot. That also A. Okay, A. Then number 8. Number 8, the number of gorillas in Africa has plummeted by 60% in the past 20 years. Non intervention of human beings in the forest areas. That also A you have to write. Okay. Next, fill ups. Fill in the blanks. Number one, an area where animals, plants, and microorganisms live and interact with one another is known as ecosystem. Answer is ecosystem. Okay. Answer is ecosystem. Number two, DAS are also called heterotrophs. Answer is consumers. Answer is consumers. Number 3, DAS is a system of interlocking and independent food chains. Answer is food web. Okay, answer is food web. Next, number 4, DAS is an extensive large ecosystem. Answer is the biome. Sorry, a biome. A biome. BIOME. Okay. Next, the vegetative type commonly found in desert biomes is called xerophytes. Spelling XEROPHYTES. Okay. Next, DAS is an aquatic biome that is found where fresh water and salt water mix. Answer is estuary. ESTUARY. Answer is estuary. ESTUARY. Okay. Then, question answer. Roman number 3. Answer the following. First two questions in the previous class I gave. So, the third question. What does the term biodiversity mean? What does the term biodiversity mean? Okay. Answer is page number 201. Sorry, 204. Answer is page number 204. Biodiversity heading. Biodiversity heading starting to fifth line human activities. Biodiversity heading starting to fifth line up to human activities. Okay, up to human activities. Then question number 4. What is mean by loss of biodiversity? What is mean by loss of biodiversity? Answer is page number 204. Answer is page number 204. Loss of biodiversity heading first para fully. Loss of biodiversity heading first para fully. That means the extinction of from there to up to loss of biodiversity. Okay. Then fifth question, reduced syllabus. So you no need to learn that question. Next, give reason for the following. Producers are also called autotrophs. Already in the previous class I gave that question. You have to refer the guide or page number 203 also it is there. You have to learn. Second question. Biosphere provides a stable ecosystem. Biosphere provides a stable ecosystem. That also in the book also it is there, page number 202, ecosystem heading. Last sentence. Biosphere harbors are ecosystem on the earth and sustain life forms including mankind. There otherwise you have to refer the guide. Okay, you have to refer the guide. Then distinguish between first question. Producers and decomposers already in the previous class I gave. You have to refer the guide. Okay, you have to refer the guide. Remaining question answers omitted portion. That means reduced syllabus. Okay. Then detailed question, Roman number 6. Answer the following in a paragraph. First question, explain the various components of ecosystem. Explain the various components of ecosystem. Page number 203. Answer is page number 203. Components of ecosystem heading starting to all the heading and inside also starting to up to decomposers. That means the example fungus, mushrooms, etc. up to there you have to learn. That is the first details answer. Second question, write a paragraph on the functions of an ecosystem. That answer is page number 203 and 204. Okay, 203 and 204. 203, that means page number 203, functions of an ecosystem on heading is there one paragraph. Then the next page 204, first para. Okay, up to food web. Up to food web. That is the second details answer. Okay. Then third question, page number 206 it is there. That is the reduced syllabus. Okay, third question is the reduced syllabus. Okay. Then next, Roman number 7. Find out the dates for the following. Okay, find out the dates for the following. First question, World Wildlife Day. World Wildlife Day. Answer is 3rd March. Answer is 3rd March. International Day of Forest. Answer is 21st March. 21st March. World Water Day 22nd March. World Water Day 22nd March. Then Earth Day also 22nd April. Okay. Earth Day 22nd April. 22nd April. Okay. Then World Environment Day, their answer also they are given June 5th, isn't it? Then World Oceans Day, 8th June. World Oceans Day, 8th June. Okay. Then students, the map activity in the Zoom class, I will give the map. Okay. Okay, students, that's all this lesson. These all question answers you have to learn, write it in a rough note, correct it, and get a parent signature. Students, after reopening the school, you have to submit the particular your social teachers. Okay. Okay, students, the next class I will start the new lesson. We will meet the next class. Thank you, students.